So it's Dominique, so I'm back. So I'm going to show you quick how I made the, so I've sampled everything here. How I made the pockets that go on the top. So those are pockets that are diagonal here. And they're only glued on the L, like on the sides and the bottom. Not here because you're going to have a card going inside to keep everything closed. So I got those two little pieces. So I've calculated the width of my flap here. I've added, like, I don't know, 1/4 inch, whatever you want, 3/8 or 1/2 inch. And also I've done random height. There's no problem with that. Whatever you want. Again, 1/2 inch there. So I'm going to give you the measurements of what I've just done. So this one here measures 3 1/4 by, well, a little bit more than 3 1/4, 3 3/8 by 5. Okay, so I've got two pieces the same, already scored the same. So what you do is you're going to, so that you cut that diagonal the same, you put them really flush together like this, and you're just going to cut diagonal. It doesn't have to go all the way to the corner here, so I'm going to have it from here to here to here, just whatever you want. Okay, I'm leaving like 3/4 of an inch here and 3/4 of an inch here, which I think is good. I'm going to cut that like this. So here you have your two pockets. Okay, so this one here, like the corners, you're going to cut like we usually do. And I left some here because I want to fold it to reinforce it. Just like this. This is going to be glued inside. Okay. Just this little flap here. Go inside. So you have one going on this side. And the other one will be going on the other side. Okay. Those are supposed to be exactly the same. Have to make them together at the same time so that they're the same. Okay. So that's to reinforce. Wait until it glues on, and then I'm going to fold those inside this way, and just going to glue them. Okay, so this one's going to go on this side. There. Right on the edge of the bottom and on the side too. Okay, you could leave a little bit, like a 32nd of an inch around if you want to, but I would go to the edge so that when you put your paper here, is going to go all the way in. You want to have it go grab this side here, and it's going to cover here anyways. So you go to the edge of the outer of the flap, of the outside of the flap, and then you do the same for the other one. Right there to the edge. Make sure they're aligned. Okay, and you should have the same amount of space here on the inside. Okay, if you don't have the same amount of space, that means you did something wrong. So you have to check that and see. Okay, so that's done. Now we have a card that's supposed to go in there to help keep everything closed. So what I do is I take the wider, if you have 12 by 12, you take the whole 12 inches. And then here I have 5 inches. Here I have 8.5 by 11, so I've got the 11 inch length by 5 inches. So you just core line the center, you fold it, you run your corners, and then if you have a card or anything you want to put in here, you will make the, like here I made a score line. I don't know if you can see that. So the score line, it could be wherever you want. So if you have a card and it finishes here, I would do the score line like just a 1/16 of an inch higher than the end of your card. So you mat it first, then you trace your line. Here I don't have any cards with this paper collection that is big enough. They're only small cards, 3x4s. So I just did a random line here. So what you do now is you just fold on that line on the top like this, and you put a little bit of glue. So this is the card that I make all the time. This is from Claire, from my creative spirit. So you just wait until it glues down, and then you just mat this, leave a little maybe a 32nd of an inch away, like border on each side of this score line, and all around and on the back. And also you can mat the inside. Okay, so since it's just glued on the edges here, that means you can tuck anything you want. Like if you have photos or anything, you can tuck them in there. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so that's that. And also I wanted to show you what I've done on the first part, how I've matted this little section here. That's the upper edge of the section that is up from the just above the on-page pocket. So what I've done, because I had my these flaps here glued all the way up, but my card finishes right here, that means I have to cut this part here, just here, so that it opens here. Same on this side. If you can see that. See, I cut that, and then it opens all the way to the edge. Then what I do is I take my glue, my little strip of paper, and I just glue it down there. I just took, I measured it so it goes from one side to the other, and you can take like 3/4 an inch, whole inch if you want. Doesn't matter. It's going to be hidden underneath. It's just to have a nice finish on that. The section here, and you go like this. So now you see it's nice, all nice and clean. Okay, that's the way to do it. That's what I did on the other side too. And also my cards, I had cut whatever length. I think I told you before. So just anything that would fit in there. It doesn't have to be the same. I like to have it a little bit loose. So you cut whatever width you want, and then you grab your paper and you put it in there, and then you decide where you want it to finish. It could either finish just on the edge, just high, a little bit higher than the edge of your book, or it could be shorter with a little tab, whatever you want. Okay. So and then here I've made some cards, kind of lollipop cards or tags. So you just calculate whatever you need. If you want those measurements, just let me know. I'll measure them for you. But I think it's easy just to calculate whatever you want. So that section is done here. The other section in the other book, I'll show you what I had done. So in this book, I had just the pouch. Okay, just the pouch, nothing else. And then of course the on-page pocket. But I'm going to make a little bit more because I have more spine space here. So I'm going to make something more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the on-page, not the on-page, I mean the pouch, but I'm going to make 2 flaps underneath. So the pouch is going to be on one of the flaps. It's going to be 2 flaps opening like this, here, and there's going to be something here, I don't know yet, but here you have the pouch on top of that. So what I've measured is just the length of my on-page pocket here, and not quite to the edge, and then I added 1/8 of an inch for a gusset, and then 1/2 an inch for the seam. What I call the seam is where I just glue that on. I've tapered my corners, rounded my corners here, so I'll give you the measurements. So this one measures 5 7/8 by, of course, 8 1/4. Everything is 8 1/4. I'm just going to fold that. So I made 2 of the same. So I'm going to glue that on. Right here on the edge. Make sure I see my gusset. I know where I'm working. Right there. Not too close to the fold. Right on the on-page pocket. Okay. I've got this one here. And I have another one I'm going to do the same. Okay. Now for the pouch. So you grab a piece of paper, cardstock, of course. This one I always work with heavyweight cardstock. So you decide what height you're going to have your pouch. Not too high because you need to access. So it's better to have maybe just a little bit more than half of your page. So here I have 5 1/4 inches. I made a little mark there. Okay, so now I'm going to put that away and show you how I do that. I've done that before, just for the new ones that haven't seen it before. So my mark is right here, and that's the wide part. We need to have the wide part here and the shorter part here. So I'm just going to trace those lines, the line that I've just done here, 5 1/4, all the way there. And then I add 3/8, one, and then another one, 3/8. Okay, so that's the bottom of our pouch. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do on this side, you're going to do 3/8. You do one line, another one there, all 3/8 of an inch. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So you got five sections at 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Then you go on your project and you calculate where, starting at the last line here, on the edge here, how wide is going to be your pouch. So you go just to the edge of your flap. Okay, so that's right here. And then you're going to do more lines. So starting there, I'm going to start here. Well, it doesn't matter. So you go down there, 1, 3/8 of an inch further, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one is where you're going to cut. Okay? So here again you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces of 3/8 of an inch. Now you're going to cut that. And then what you're going to do, you're going to cut a square here. You're getting rid of all of this here and this here. Okay? So you have to go to the corner. So you have to cut this line and this line. This line and this line, all the way. Okay. Make sure you follow the line. You don't pass the corner. And here it doesn't matter. And then you go right there. Okay, same here. And here. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to start folding towards the inside. So that's in, and then the next fold, score line, you're going to go out, in, out, in. So here that gives me 3 folds, 1, 2, 3. If you want just the 2, you can just get 4 sections, not 6. Okay? But I want this much. Okay? And then you do the same on the other side. Inside, outside, inside, outside. You have to finish with the inside. Okay? It's better. Then you're just going to squish that so it's nice and flat. Go. And then this bottom part you're going to go inside, and then the other one inside again, and then the other one inside again. Okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab your glue. You're going to fold those. You're just going to glue. You're going to put a line of glue here. And then you're going to fold to the second line, the middle line. You're folding right there. And then you just glue that down. Okay, make sure it's nice and straight. If you have excess here, because I cut it crooked, I'm going to adjust that later. Okay, so you have to let that dry. So it's only those 2 parts here. Okay, so that makes your pouch. See? That's it. And then you're going to map that. And then also you're going to get another piece of paper that is the same width as your pouch. Okay, so it's going to be going from here to there. And cut that. And then you're going to see on your page. So the pouch is going to be glued. When it's folded, this is the corner you want to have inside. If I rounded my corners, I'm going to go just up from the rounded space. Okay, so it's going to go like this, and this one here is going to go it has to cross, I would say, at least an inch. So I'm going to have, this is going to go on the up to the other round corner. So if you go here, then it's going to be folded here. Okay, so then what you do is you just fold it, score a line on that line you just made, and then 3/8 of an inch on each side. Okay, 3/8 is right here, one here, and one here. Okay, then you're gonna fold those inwards, three of them. And you're gonna round the corners of the flap that's on the top. This is the flap on the top. Round those corners, and then you have the top. So what I suggest is that you mat those two here before you do this, just like we did here. You do the same as we did here. Okay, so you mat that before you put the little circles there, envelope closure, and after you've done that, the envelope closure, come on. Okay, then you decide where you're going to have it again. You calculate it up to the top here. So then you're going to decide where you're putting your, like I would put mine centered here, about 3/4 of an inch up. This is going to be the center of my little circle, and the other one will be about here. So they have to be, it has to clear. Like the circle is going to be here, you have to clear at least 1/4 inch. So after you matted that, you can find the center, put that on, and then put your little string and everything, and then after that you can glue that on. So I'm going to do that and come back and show you how I glue those on, and then we're going to continue the rest of the page here. Okay, so see you later. Get working on that part. Thanks for watching.